Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. These are your messages for December. Let's have a look at what we have coming up for you. The very first card as your underlying energy is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is usually a card of celebration. I don't know if you can see, there's a couple here that they're dancing, or they've got their kind of hands raised in celebration. This can be the kind of, it can be one of the wedding cards. It is that, you may be celebrating a marriage, you could be celebrating anything else. But fours are usually very stable energy. So it's when we've made a good start at something, and the Four of Wands is where we kind of stop off to celebrate what we have before we go again. And when we go again, it's a deeper level of commitment. This is that card of, we're celebrating what we've achieved, but committing more to something else. And this can be the card that indicates a change of job or a change of house. Because think about it, if you change a job, like hopefully you'll be going to something that it's a deeper level of commitment, right? You go for something that maybe you have a higher position, or you have to work harder at it and you're going to earn more money. Or it can be for a house move, you might move to a bigger house. You may have lived in an apartment or a flat before. Now you're getting your own house, a bigger house. So it can be that kind of an energy around this. I also see this as, if you're a creative type and you're working on some creative projects, this can be where, we meet a group of people who support our creativity, whether it's a space, like we might change our studio, like if we're an artist or something like that. This is an environment that supports our creativity. But yeah, if this is a romance reading for you, this can be a leveling up in a relationship. You're celebrating some kind of milestone where, if you've just been dating, you now move up. Move up to a place where you're more committed to each other. You move in together. You get engaged. You get married. It's that kind of an energy. So it's interesting that we have coming up at the heart of your reading the Page of Swords. Now, I don't usually see the Page of Swords. I don't usually see the pages as children. I usually see them as energies that come in. I don't usually even see them as people. But something about your reading, it's kind of telling me just to say that, some of you may be dealing, you're in a situation that revolves around a child, either your own or someone else's. You may be getting involved with someone that has a child, right? This would be quite a difficult child, not to be bad, but, not that the child in and of themselves is difficult, but just the situation around this child that, for some reason, there's some truth that needs to be faced concerning a child. Could be an air sign child, can't speak, an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But like I said, I don't usually go there, but it just kind of came at me with this reading that this could be about a child that's at the heart of your reading. And that's because of this, that, if you're committed to someone now, the commitment's there, but, there's a question mark, or maybe they've got a child, or what's going to happen with your own child. Now, if it's not that, it feels like to get to this, or, your ideas at this time, you may be looking at wanting to commit more to a situation, to your job, to whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you want to move forward on, that you feel like a good start's been made, what happens next? Well, when the Page of Swords shows up, this, to me, the energy of this card is one of some truth that's revealed. And it's usually a brutal truth that we don't want to take a look at. It is the truth, but it can be like, this is when we have to be like brutally honest with ourselves, or, we're brutally honest to someone else. But it is very authentic. Sometimes it can be kind of authentic and saying our truth in a way that it can be a little bit clumsy, like, because it's a page, it's not a knight, it's not a queen, it's not a king. It may be that, you've kind of hit that kind of milestone now, you've made a good start, you have the foundation laid, but now you're thinking, okay, well, I want to go forward. So this could be like just very hastily, like, I think I need a promotion, or, don't you think we should move in together? Or it's that kind of, that's something clumsy about it. It's the truth, but it can be, it doesn't come across as eloquently as, say, if the king or queen had been delivering this truth. Now, that may be because I feel like, as much as we're looking at this, the reason you're kind of ready to face this truth now, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, when you've gone through a difficult situation, and sometimes we won't face we won't deal with the pain it's caused, or we won't we don't deal with it. Like our mind kind of almost protects us. You know, it kind of keeps us from looking at the worst of something that's happened or that's been happening while we get through that situation. I don't even know if I'm explaining this correctly, but we have the Ten of Wands coming up as a past energy. So this can be when you were carrying a burden, you know, something that was very difficult. You were overburdened. Maybe you didn't have the time, the energy, like, you know, you weren't in a safe enough space, like emotionally or mentally, to kind of have a look at the impact that this had. The reason I'm saying that is like when I was very ill for a long period, and I didn't actually face up to a lot of what that illness did to me at an emotional or a mental level until I got better. Like, you know, it was then that I was in a safe space and I was much better. And, you know, almost like my manifestation list had come true. Everything that I wanted had happened. And it was almost as if like, then my brain was like, okay, we're good now. We're safe. We can handle this. And it opened up the box of all the pain that had been there. Now, I'm not really seeing pain, but it does feel like the truth. Now you're ready to see the truth. So almost I'm getting the sense is this may not be your energy. This may be the energy of someone that you're dealing with. But it's almost as if they've been too busy or someone's been dealing with so much. Now they've faced the truth. Or maybe, you know, this energy couldn't happen before. There couldn't be this kind of commitment. There couldn't be this kind of leveling up in whatever situation it was, or the kind of move that you wanted, or that shift in energy. It couldn't happen because there was all this going on. And what's the Ten of Wands? The Ten of Wands is a burden that needs to be carried. But this is a cycle that completes. So, I mean, the person willingly carries the burden. No one forces them. No one forces them to carry it. But that doesn't mean that, you know, they almost have a choice. It's almost as if like, you know, I've done it for so long. I'm almost at the end. I'm just going to take it, that last bit now. Then I can put down my burden. And yeah, that kind of feels like what's happened here. Like I said, it's to do with this card. That's what I'm getting. That, you know, whatever this burden was, this couldn't be faced or this couldn't be dealt with until that was dealt with. And that has been dealt with. And the reason I'm saying that is we have the Ace of Pentacles coming up as a present energy. So we have a 10 there, which is the completion of a cycle, something that was a burden, maybe some project you were working on, could have been something to do with work, but this is something stable now. This is something new that begins. And I'll be honest, like when I get these two, this could, some of you are, there's marriage, there's talk of marriage, or at least moving in together coming in here. Yes, for others of you, this can represent a job. Pentacles are always anything that represent stability, you know, that they offer us stability and security. That's what we want. That's what pentacles are. It's the tangible representation of those things. That's why pentacles usually refer to our jobs, our houses, commitments, like, you know, anything that gives us that security, anything tangible. So this can be like, oh God, especially where I put it here. So especially with this above it, some of you are like, that's an offer on a house. Like, you know, there's a new cycle beginning, a new cycle that begins that offers you security, and it's your moved house, or a new way of earning money. You've got a new job, or, you know, this is a new relationship. And I love it. I love it when relationships begin with the Ace of Pentacles. And that's not to say if you're in a relationship that, you know, you're leaving that relationship to go into something new. Not at all. For others of you, this is going to be, I mean, this is that energy of that there's now a new start, a new cycle that begins within an existing relationship, whichever way, whether this is something, you know, a new start within an existing situation or something totally new that comes in. It begins slowly. Pentacles is always slow energy. It's earth energy. But the reason I love the Ace of Pentacles when it comes to love, and I'd love to see this in my own love life, if I was going, you know, if I had a new start coming in, I'd like to see the Ace of Pentacles, is because it's stable. It talks about long term. Pentacles always have that promise that, you know, this is something that has the potential to stand the test of time. That's what we want to see, right? Something solid, something that offers us long-term stability. That is echoed later on in your reading, but I'll get to that in just a moment. What do we have coming up for you as a future energy? Well, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is obviously something that makes you very happy. It's really, I mean, never try to get too specific because these are general readings. And the cards themselves, they're just energies. That's all they are. They're just energies. And those energies play out, and I say this every time, but they play out on a spectrum, right? From sometimes quite dark energy. Even the most positive cards have a kind of darker aspect to them, to kind of the lighter side, the what we perceive, I guess, as human beings as the happier side. But for you, it's difficult not to see kind of commitment in a relationship or love, like something that kind of moves forward. Of course, it can be like a house move, or something new within a family situation. But with the Queen of Cups here, this is water energy. Cups are water signs: Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And the Queen of Cups, she's someone who's happy, she's loving, she's nurturing, she's ready to offer that cup of love to someone. And like, it feels like you've gotten to this place after dealing with some kind of truth concerning this energy. Like, it may have been something that you heard that you initially didn't like, and it turns out better than you could have ever thought. Or you were the one that maybe you were kind of not sure about sharing this truth, and it's been received really well because it's given you this new beginning. And this new beginning is what leads to you feeling like happier, but more content, more within, like, leveled within your emotions. I don't know if that makes sense, leveled, but you know what I mean. When you have like a balanced emotions, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now, the thing with the King and Queen of Cups, that I will say is, still waters run deep with them. They very often, they feel a lot. I mean, the Queen of Cups, yes, she's ready to offer a cup of love to someone, but she wants to see what someone has to offer her first. So it may be like she's getting to the truth of a situation. I say she, like, this could be masculine or feminine energy. It's just the energy of the card. But it may be that, some kind of brutal truths have to be faced first before the situation can be, before you can get to this place where the Queen of Cups is. But yeah, this could be that kind of sense that she wants to see what's offered to her, so she doesn't always show her hands, or show her hand rather, or show how she's feeling before she gets to that place. But I don't that's only for a few of you, because we have that Page of Swords. That's about facing brutal truths, and it's saying your truth. And what's the advice? What is it that the cards are telling you? Well, it's telling you, whatever this new beginning is here, whatever this Ace of Pentacles is in the present, whatever's coming through now, whether it's a new job, a new house, a relationship that's beginning, a new idea that you have on how to make money, something that offers you security and stability, it's going to lead to this. And the Ten of Pentacles, it's the legacy card. It's what we build, it's what we leave behind, whether it's our family, whether it's that home, whether it's, our career, whatever it is that we're working on, whatever begins here, it's telling you that, yes, this has the potential to stand the test of time. This is long-term happiness. Something that we build, and that, like I said, has the potential to stand the test of time. I love that.